We have new details on one of the biggest bank takeovers of the year. Saudi Arabia's national commercial bank, the largest lender by assets in the country, agreeing to take over rival Samba Financial Group in a deal worth $15 billion. I spoke exclusively with Samba Financial Group CEO Rania Nashar to get an insight into how the pandemic has hurt the Saudi Arabian economy and why this transaction makes sense.
Yes, we are part of this world, and the pandemic has no doubt rattled, the social, economic, and the geopolitical order of the whole world, which we are part of. But despite these challenges, we are seeing that the government has took a lot of proactive steps towards ensuring that the economy is safe. And with the stimulus packages that has been announced by the government, which is over and above 120 billion reals, it really supported the economy. It really managed the slowdown that would have been expected. And we started now in the financial sector to see that the economy has started to recover.
I also wanted to ask you about the recently announced merger with NCB. Take me into the details of this transaction. How is it going to create a regional champion for the post-COVID era? And could you elaborate perhaps on some of the synergies you expect to achieve as a result of this bringing together of the two firms?
Okay, the merger has been announced in June this year, and we have signed the agreement early in October. That merger will create the kingdom's largest bank. And as you know, Saudi Arabia economy in the region is the largest. So by creating a large bank, this will help us to play a great role in supporting our economy and realizing a lot of objectives. Not only that, that merger, it's not only about the size, it's also about what we deliver to our shareholders, to our customers, and to the communities wherever we are operating. With large, unbanked population in Saudi Arabia, we strongly believe that we can, with the new size, accelerate the financial inclusion in Saudi Arabia and in the region. Also, by combining the services of the two banks and the new technologies, we can continue and further invest in digitalization, which will create more access to the capital and will enable growth. Building a strong domestic banking sector is really an integral initiative, the Vision 2030 to drive jobs creation. We will be the hub of talent. We will be the hub of innovation. We will be more investing in technologies and skill development, as well as supporting through the economy recovery now and the economy prosperity in the future. This will be through, supporting the development of the micro, small, and medium enterprises, and on top of that, the entrepreneurs and the women-owned and led businesses.
I also asked Rania about her role on the Women in Business Action Council ahead of the G20 later this month. I asked how she's putting female economic empowerment and representation at the top of the G20 agenda.
The economic empowerment of women is very much at the top of the G20 agenda. Ultimately, we should like to create an environment to level the playing field between women and men in the workplace. And this would be good for business and healthy for the future of the global economies, especially in light with what we have faced during the pandemic.
Absolutely, and this is such an important issue. Addressing inequalities is going to be key to economic advancement and economic development moving forward. Tell me about some of the specific policy priorities that you'll be advancing to the G20.
Actually, the Action Council is tackling the gender equality, as I mentioned, and the economic empowerment for women. And with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, these challenges have never been more pressing to solve. As I said before, and you all know that 70% of the frontline healthcare and social service workers are women who are demonstrating their critical role in addressing one of the largest crises in the recent history. In addition to that, after they finish their work, they go back to their home to do their role in the unpaid caretaking work with their children and the elderly in their family. So earlier this week, we officially delivered our policy recommendation to the G20, which aims to, as a Women in Business Action Council, to first unlock the advancement and full leadership potential for women through the reforms, through fostering inclusive environment, ensuring fair and equal pay, and encouraging new ways of flexible working. So this was our first policy recommendation. The second was about promoting female business ownership and create an enabling environment for female founded startups and businesses. And last but not least, our final recommendation was that we want the G20 members to apply a user centric approach to policymaking and create synergies between stakeholders. All these recommendations have an important element of ensuring that more and more women are part of the economy, and especially the digital economy, through STEM education, skills development, access to finance, and increased participation of women in the technology sectors.